Intente Tewagona. The Finnish government has now finally handed over Simon Ekpa to the US government for proper prosecution and wagging of tails. Umuchineke, hear the news in details. We must undoubtedly promote ourselves in every ramification and see that we cannot be intimidated by the words and the figures of what it is. One good turn deserves another, they say, but for a fact, I must say it that we are now in that very connection where things should not longer be taken for granted. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter the riverside or whatever the case may be. But what matters now is that we must take our whole struggles ahead of time. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter how they try to twist the whole narration. What matters now is that Simon Ekpa has been handed over. And basically, handing over must take different dimensions. And that's where the whole situation must be. So, as we write for this very freedom, we must take forward and see this very whole side of knowledge, which is engaging into facts and engaging into the most important virtues, because one good turn deserves another. It doesn't matter what they do, it doesn't matter how they do it, but one good turn must always deserves another. It's a big wave. It's a big room. So what is next? As Simon Ekpa has been handed over now, we are seeing what is going to come from here to there. We have seen what is going to be put in the circle of knowledge. And that's the game. So as we try to imitate one of the biggest type of struggles, you must equally understand that the game has changed, because they want to see a lot of struggles. So as we are now getting more reports from the other side, we must take, for instance, the most engaging points that must be done. And that is just making sure that the most important thing. So we are now engaging ourselves into feeling the most beautiful side of the story. So if not that the whole room has been taken for granted, we must in time fight back so that the US will not play with Simon Ekpa. Now there's a big rage between the zoo and those who wanted to hold Biafra down. Big rage. More like who is losing the communication, who is losing the contract, who is losing the heritage and all that. But we must be very careful at the same time not to, annoy those who are at the top of this whole manipulations, because whether you like it or not, Biafra is already at that very verge of winning strategically. Everything, you know, get in trouble. The only thing is that we must continue and concentrate on stuffs that truly matters. If ever we get distracted. So as we spread our focus and put ourselves in this school, we must see ourselves into this beautiful world and hanging around where it needs to be. Yes. So as we ride for our freedom and continue in this path where everyone must face the whole bounty face and helping ourselves to engage the whole stuff. Let's continue to, help ourselves until the greatest light. There's no two ways about it. So even the distraction is getting bigger, and no matter how it gets bigger, we must communicate ourselves, and in that very circle, that's one circle where we'll be taken serious. So as we push through every ramification and every process where words of obligation is, everybody must believe this very light that we share.